I know you're working with a juniors club right now in
Yeah.
Las Vegas.
Yeah.
You're club consulting for them, working on some business development and some system development. But from your last meeting and maybe just like going into this next meeting, what are you working on with her from the club consulting side?
Yeah. So I'm currently working with two clubs actually. One is Milwaukee Sting. So we're
Mhm.
like in the middle of the season with them. I had a call yesterday morning with their juniors, their girls. So just a quick chat where I did like a little Q&A. That whole system, the way it worked, because I've been working with them for like 3 years now. But coach up their coaches at the beginning. When I first started having these calls with Milwaukee Sting, it was about developing programs, how to get signups, everything like that, marketing systems. Um, and then now we're kind of at the just coaching and add-on phase, which
Okay.
is really cool. With the club in Vegas, they're a brand new club, so they're just starting out. This is their first year, so a lot of the conversations that we've been having are around trying to like I took kind of the step-by-step process that we've gone is understanding one, what are their goals, what are they
Mhm.
trying to accomplish, and then two, how do you get there. And I think the biggest thing is like I'm helping them develop systems. I think that's one of the things that I've seen with us that has provided so much growth and ability to track and understand where things went right, where things went wrong.
Mhm.
But right now we're in the middle of developing systems. So everything from practice plans, understanding coach responsibilities, player responsibilities, manager responsibilities, and it's so interesting how important those are. And I think a lot of the times uh, people go the way we did, where we were like, hey, let's start this business.
Mhm.
And then as we went, we created these systems,
Yeah.
and so I'm kind of passing on the knowledge that you and I have kind of went through of trying to avoid some pain points and getting them their systems set up quickly.
Okay.
The calls have been fantastic. We've already gone through uh, just basic responsibilities that they need to be doing on a daily basis, the manager and kind of the club director.
You mean like
Um,
from marketing or from texting coach?
Everything,
Texting their players.
marketing, coaching, coach development, coach responsibilities, everything like that. And then we've dealt with like, okay, this coach isn't quite listening to me. How do I do that? How do I have that conversation? Um, Again, systems,
Yeah.
set up a detailed idea. Like when we run a camp, we send people our manual, and it has step one, contact this
Every
person.
practice
Step
laid
two,
out.
get a speaker. Yeah. And just getting the point across to them that like more details are better. So like if you can think of it like go through your day of leading up to a practice, what do you do? What are you
Mhm.
expecting? And
And
make sure that
people
those
I
are
think people make
outlined
that
well.
mistake. They're like, "Well, I don't know, I just show up to practice." It's like, "Well, no. Didn't you sit in the car for 12 minutes trying to write up a practice plan?"
Right.
Okay, let's break that down. Didn't
Mm-hmm.
you what were you thinking when you were making your practice plan? Like, what are we working on? What goals are there? Okay, what drills? Like for for me when we started growing, it was how do I take everything that I've done naturally in my mind that I
Mm-hmm.
don't think is a process, but the thought process of
Right.
showing up to practice. What do I want? What are my dream players do when I show up to practice or when they show
Mm-hmm.
up to the gym?
And make it as specific as possible. Like something as simple as like, hey, get to the gym 30 minutes early, unlock the door,
Yeah.
turn on the lights,
Mm-mm.
set up the welcome table, write your drill, write your practice plan on the whiteboard.
Yeah.
Like whatever you do, write it down, because like if you're doing that, then, and that's one of the big things that we've been talking about is like the system has to work from the top down.
Mhm.
And as long as if you're doing it, then everybody else needs to do it. That's how good companies work.
Mhm.
Is it has to be followed by everybody. And so yeah, that's kind of it's been really cool. I've wanted to do it for a couple years. Like we've kind of been working with players, we've been working with coaches, and so I think the next step for us is really developing just clubs entirely.
Yeah.
And with our experience of indoor and beach, it's extremely helpful. So like with this Milwaukee Sting that I'm working with, they're a beach club. This club in Vegas is indoor.
Mm.
And so it doesn't matter if you're a beach club or if you're an indoor club. If you're just trying to optimize your company, then we can help, because a lot of times there's a lot of questions that I can ask you, and those questions you might not have thought of, or we can just go more in depth and really figure out how to make it work perfectly.
Yeah. And if you guys just need to get started, like if you don't want to sign up for the whole club consultant program and use all
Right.
the systems that we've got and have us steer you through it, but you will never get beyond a satisfactory level for yourself with like more than 12 players until you start writing down and collecting every single thing you do. And if you get 100 signups on your second year when you had 10 or 12 on your first year, you're going to be really overwhelmed during that time. So right now, if you are just the coach that started with 10 players and you're like, "Oh, I think maybe I can like scale this up to get a club and get a few more teams." The first thing you need to do right now is start writing down every second of your day that has to do with volleyball, and not just the actions you take, but the thoughts that you thought before taking that action, so that you can start that. And
Right.
if you guys are ever interested and you want to DM me on Instagram, I've got a coach's report card. We include that in our How to Coach Beach Volleyball course, but it is a simple step by step, like a checklist for you to say, "Hey, coach, here's your report card. All you need to do is say, did I do this during practice?" And it comes with, I think, like 30 items that show you if you ran an elite practice. So if you want to check that out, just hit me up with a DM. It's a PDF, and I'll send it to you. But that's how like we rate our coaches, is looking at them, and that only came from me walking around camps saying, "He's not quite doing that right. This is getting sticky." And then what correction did we make? Okay, now I got to go write that down as like, how do we get this into the hands of every coach before they show up for a practice?
I like it. Yeah, and I'm currently working with these two clubs in two different ways. So with the Milwaukee Sting, which is an established beach club, it's got a certain amount of players. The way that one works is it's per seat. So it's like
Mhm.
however many athletes you have, we create a plan based on what intensity you want, and it's billed out based on the per person that you have. But we also work with the athletes, which is really cool.
Yeah.
With this club in Vegas, it's just consulting.
Mhm.
So I meet with them once a week, hour-long call, and then those are just hourly chats. So there are a couple different ways that we can do it.
Great. All right. From us and from everyone at Better at Beach, we will see you on the sand.